Hello and welcome to Cheer Up the Podcast, episode 15. It is a Christmas special, hence with all the Christmas stuff. I can't believe it's Christmas, Jane. Thank you so much for those that have followed us this season for Cheer Up the Podcast. You can watch us and listen in on Spotify, YouTube, all of the above, and find us on Instagram and TikTok at Cheer Up the Podcast. Jane, Christmas special. This episode has been sponsored by Magoo Studios, where we're filming. So thank you so much to Magoo for sponsoring this episode. But yeah, Jane, it's Christmas.
I know. Like, look, my favourite time of year.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm like a fairy godmother at this time of year.
You need to get in panto.
Well, if you're looking.
And I can't believe it's Christmas, to be fair. It's literally...
How quick has it come round this year?
I don't know if it's because we've been filming the podcast, but it's literally...
I know.
I just can't believe how it's here. It's here.
We started the podcast in July, like in the height of summer.
Yeah.
And we're here at Christmas time doing a Christmas special. It's amazing.
But they do say time flies when you're having fun.
And we do have fun.
We have fun. Yeah, we do. Because that's what life is. Laugh and lean.
Laugh and lean.
But that's what life is about, isn't it? Having fun and creating moments, cherishing memories. I think sometimes people forget Christmas is sometimes not about just gifts. It's about actually just having that memory and just having that Christmas dinner and having a laugh with your great Aunt Fanny who's dropped her teeth in the punch bowl.
Yeah, and
memories.
I think Christmas time is one of them times as well where we were a lot more mindful about what we can do to serve other people as well. We're very mindful about that at Christmas time. And I sometimes wonder, like, if we could keep that and engage that sort of mindfulness throughout the whole of the year would be beautiful, which we will talk a little bit about at the end of the episode, because we have got something new and something exciting coming with that as well. So I just wanted to talk about people doing great things. Yeah. Like in your gym, what are you doing at Christmas? Yeah. Like, what are you doing to celebrate it?
We are closing. Go off and make memories.
Shop. Go.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah. So, are you having a Christmas party?
Yeah.
You are? Okay.
Well, we actually won. So Asda, Hits Radio did a little like giveaway thing. And one of our parents took it on herself, Leanne, fantastic woman, she's on the committee as well, to apply, and it's nominate a club that you think deserves a Christmas party. So she did it. Lo and behold, she got a phone call from the radio saying, "Oh, we love your story," and then they rang her live on the radio and said, "Congratulations, you've won a grand." A grand.
Am I invited to this party?
as the prize pot, we've got a grand basically to spend at Asda for a Christmas party. So we're gonna get all the kids little like Christmas gifts and stuff, so we can send them home with Christmas gifts next weekend.
That is so nice.
Friday, but also that helps us for our showcase and stuff next year. It helps us in the long run, so not just a Christmas party. We're gonna try and raise money.
Yes, we can fundraise from the back of it, which is great, isn't it?
It's gonna help us in the long run. But
and that's gonna cheer up your cheerleaders.
Yeah, it is.
What we're about. We're all about cheering up.
And I think it's just so nice, isn't it? Just one of the parents was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna give it a go."
And I think sometimes most clubs, parents, can be a headache. Yeah. They can. There's no doubt about it. That's every club. And I'm being quite controversial. I'm bringing that in early. But they can be. And sometimes it's just because they don't know and there's like a frustration. They might feel as though there's a lack of communication but don't realise how much is going on behind the scenes. And as much as you do, like we've mentioned in other episodes, you can send a WhatsApp chat out. You can send it, like say, you can send it on pigeon carrier. It does not matter.
Smoke signals.
They'll still come in and go, well, I'm really sorry, but I don't know. So yes, there can be that what's the friction throughout the whole of the season with some parents. However, let's just talk about the positive side of having a parents committee. The parents committee at Tycoons have put together a Christmas party, same as you've just done it off their own bat. They've come together. They're doing a Christmas fair, so they've got all different stall holders because they use Academy HQ. So they've got so Academy HQ have liaised with them. They've got all different stall holders coming in, which are local people selling the goods and the wares as well, which is on Saturday the 14th at Academy HQ's Daily Bridge. Just saying.
Caption.
And they're gonna have a fair there, and then in the gym there's like bouncy castles. They're gonna be doing loads and loads of fun stuff. They might even get a special visitor if they're lucky.
Oh.
So he's a mean one, you know. He might
I thought it was on about me, love. Special visitor.
You are.
Hello,
it's you. It's a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
I love the Grinch.
So the parents have done all that together, and they've got meetings. They've got a meeting this evening actually, and they were like chatting to her, and they're saying, oh well, they've arranged like this chippy tea that they're gonna have tonight, and they all got together. But it's so nice that these parents coming together and chatting amongst themselves and taking pressure off the coaches and taking pressure off Vanessa as well, because they can see how busy everything is. And when they've got more insight and they see what goes on behind the scenes, then I think people tend to be a little bit more helpful and can help. Like, you've got your veteran parents, haven't you? You've got your parents who are your veterans, who know everything inside and out, and they're the ones who have got all the kids lined up. You know, who's the hairdresser? They're lined up.
Like a conveyor belt.
Out. Spit them out with the bowls and like that. And then onto the makeup line. It's like a conveyor belt going down, you know. It's so really great to see that camaraderie between people and that coming together, which is what Christmas time is all about, isn't it?
It's so much easier as well. I mean, like, we're not having a big Christmas party. We're just doing some Christmas gifts because it's hard when you don't have your own space.
Yes, it is more difficult.
So it's just the thought that counts. So a Christmas gift is better than sometimes not at all, isn't it? Like,
well, you've got to think, like, we live in hard to reach areas as well, and sometimes that Christmas gift can be it can be a massive thing. And this is what I was saying before about giving back. It's a time of year where we are mindful about giving back, and then it's like, Happy New Year, and it stops.
Happy New Year.
The clock has struck 12. Cinderella's not lost the slipper. That's it. I'll be turned back into the Ugly Sisters.
I'll be with Cinders this Christmas at Cannock in the Panto. But I think, I'm going to open it up to the viewers. What do you guys do at Christmas? Do you do a Christmas party? Do you do Christmas gifts? Do you shut like myself? What is it that you do? You can get in touch with us via email or DM or comment on a post. Yeah. But yes, what do you do at Christmas? But I think
And do your athletes train over Christmas?
No.
You know, like, do you have like we used to? We don't do it anymore because, you know, we want to go back to, like, where we came from originally, which is like that family ethos, bringing that club and that friendliness back together again. Yes, we've got our teams that are highly competitive and they compete at high level, but we was really mindful, and I think this is one of the reasons why we wanted to set up the podcast in the first place, was about bringing this camaraderie back, and this fun element back into the club. And it's definitely happened at Tycoons. Like, me watching on now, because I retired from the club in July.
Bless her, she's retired.
I know.
She took out a pension, love.
I know. I didn't know. Just handed it over.
Yeah, you do. That's what you do.
But Vanessa and Francis and all the coaches there, to like watch this group of people, and it's so different being on the periphery now, because I went to the Jungle Fever competition at Bolton, and I just like went in and I looked, and even some of the parents didn't know who I was, which was the strangest and most bizarre feeling, but beautiful as well, because it was like I was on the periphery and I was looking in, and I just remember thinking, wow, I've created that. I was the founder of it, I've created it, and now it's down to other people to like you've left a legacy. So you get to a stage in your life where you know it's time to move on, but the beautiful thing is I still love the industry, and I still love cheer, and I still love watching it, and I love the dancing. I can't, hip hop or boogaloo anymore, but I try.
Boogaloo!
Anyway, besides that, I get to host at the incredibly cool events alongside yourself. So I get to see all these teams. I get to see familiar faces who I've made friends with in the industry for a long time. And also, I can go and watch the competitions and not have that stress of like, oh God, they're going to win.
Honestly.
Or pull a heel stretch like when I'm watching it.
Why is that woman outside at floor pulling a heel stretch?
Do that.
But I'm exactly the same. Like when my coach was like, oh, we got enough kids to do a mini team. I'm like, oh, I don't want that stress at comp, but you go do that, love. You have a mini team. I mean, but yeah, I think comps, I'm going to get to a point where I can just like, I've always said I'd rather have 100 kids and cap it at that, do a wait list, because I always want that family feel. Like I will never go past 100 kids in my club. I think we're at 40 now or 50, no idea, can't keep up, because I'm at a stage now where I've got a great committee, I've got a great financial woman who does all my books and stuff like that.
Oh, that's like priceless. We do as well. She's incredible.
Kelly, she stepped in this year and she's just absolutely, she's like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you can pay for this, you can do this. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I've never had a business degree, I've never done anything. I just kind of was like, when my team folded, Genesis at the time, I was like, well, my mum was like, you're great with kids, like, you like cheer, go for it. I was like, okay. So I just winged it.
But that's really interesting you say that, because most people who go into running a club or a cheerleading business or a dance business, most people are doing it because it's passion led. They want to compete. Sure. They want to do all of these things. And a lot of people don't have the business background around what it takes to run a business, and then your taxes and your insurance. And a little bit of a shout out to Rachel here, the CEO, because she runs courses that is for that, and she does a great job on that. So a little bit of a shout out for you, Rachel, there. And I think it's vital for people to understand that it is a business, and as much as we want to do things, and to give back. This could be a person's livelihood. So when people are not paying on time, and people are finding their feet a little bit when they're first setting up a club, and I've done it myself, where you've learned on the job, and sometimes you've had to learn the hard way. You've got stung a little bit, but it is a business, and even if it's a community club, it still has to have people who understand about the financial implications it takes to run a club. And that is not a bad thing. Most people think about money and think about it as like, oh God, they must be doing all right. 200 kids have just gone on there and they must be paying that. Oh, okay, but we've got like the room rent, we've got the coaches to pay, we've got insurances to pay, we've got the competition, everything that goes into it. Nothing is for free. No. Everything has got to be paid for. So you don't go to a swimming lesson and go, well, swimming lessons are quite expensive, aren't they? Yeah. Nobody's going to give that for free, because you're providing a service. Yeah, we are, And I think when it comes to money, there's almost like an embarrassment or a shame that you're making money from something that you feel passionate about, where in the actual fact, it should be in reverse. It should be an exchange. You're waking up feeling grateful for what you're doing in life, and
you've got a childminder.
Yeah, well, you're fulfilled, aren't you? You wake up in the morning, you feel really fulfilled. You think, I'm grateful for this job that I'm going to do, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do my best, and because you feel passionate about it, that rubs off on the people that you're providing that service for, and then it's like full circle. There's an appreciative around it. Whereas when you wake up and you're feeling a bit like, it's how can you give? You can't give the same, can you? No. So that's when I think it's time to hang your shoes up.
Shoes up, cheer shoes up, or jazz shoes, whatever they be. I think you've got. It's hard. It's not hard, but I think people think like, oh, they're going to make a killing. They've got this, like you said, we've got this, but it's half the time everything that we earn goes straight out to everybody else. Like we don't earn a profit really. It's only this year so this will be our 7th season. It's the first season we've actually had a little bit of profit, but then we can use that money to be like, right, we can actually buy our own mats now, or we can invest it into a building. And that is a beautiful
thing that 8 people should be aiming to be in the green and not in the red. I mean, and they should be aiming to pay good, decent coaches' wages so that everybody benefits. And then the more profit you've got, you can pay for training, you can train your coaches, because that's not cheap.
No, it's not at all.
It's not cheap to send your coaches
we ask for volunteers
on the CPD, and so that you can be in line with like the Sport Cheer England. You've got all your health and safety, that you've got your first aid, that you've got your safeguarding. All of these things cost money, and it's so vital that the coaches who are delivering sessions to your kids have this.
Yeah.
So that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
You know, that has to be included within your business plan. But I do believe that Rachel is going to be coming on. So I think in the new year, that would be a really nice thing that we're going to talk about, which would be like the business side of running a cheer gym, and
which is manic. I was like,
seriousness of it.
Yeah, it is serious. Like next year, obviously, we're going for, my oldest team are going for a world's bid, All-Star world's bid.
Well, so, good for you.
Yes, because it's an opportunity.
Yes.
So. And then we were in a financial situation now where we can be like, wow, we can surprise the girls and get them all bags next year.
Yes.
Or we can surprise them, get them a training kit.
Exactly.
Because there's only 10 of them. So it works. We always get, the money comes in, it goes back to them. It always comes back to them like a full circle kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think, it'll be an exciting season this season. And I think they're hungry for it. So we'll see where we get. If we don't get it, everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Exactly. So, and we talk about the athletes an awful lot, like we're giving back to the athletes. Yeah. What we're forgetting is we need to give back to our coaches as well, because without the coaches, the kids don't have that, that level of inspiration, because that's where it starts. Yeah. And then, all the background work that happens. So
the driving force behind your team. Yeah,
like treat your coaches well, and it pays dividends in the end, and know the value as well. Like, know the value, pay them. A lot of people do it and go, oh, it's voluntary. It's like, no.
Yeah. See, we're voluntary because we've never had the money.
Exactly. So, but when you do, and if you set your business plan out to have that, then why shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why? And I'm being very controversial about, well, why shouldn't you get paid for something where you are giving your time and your effort and your expertise? What you do with that is for you. You might decide that you want to put that away, so then you can go out to America, or you might want to do some training. You might decide to pay for that yourself. But as a club, this is what your business plan should cover. It should cover the CPD and the training. It should cover those costs. And then hopefully, if you've got a great parents committee, that you can fundraise to bring those costs in, and be transparent with it. Yeah. Be transparent with what you're doing. And if you pull up and you've got like let's say you've got a franchise and you're going on, like, don't forget, if you want to pull up in a BMW because you've made a success of a business, then so be it.
Right, next week I'm coming in with turkey teeth.
Exactly.
Facelift.
but I think a lot of us feel ashamed about that. There's almost like a shame attached to it. And it's like, no, this is my business. If it wasn't this, and you'd gone out to do another business, or you were selling something online, you're putting the hours in. You could be working 10, 12, 13 hours running that business.
There's no better feeling, though, when you sit down and your financial woman is saying, oh, you should be in profit next season. On paper.
Result.
I'm like, oh, in the whole of 7 years, I've never been in a profit. I was like,
well, that's incredible.
You're in profit? I was like, oh, are we? I don't know what to do with that. I was like, but I'm a person that I definitely needed somebody to look after the accounts, because people were not paying, people were taking the mick a bit, and that's because I'm genuinely a nice person. Like, we do cheer for fun. So, and then she was like, nah, it's not on. You need to get them in.
18 years doing this business. If it's taught me anything, it's to be. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm empathic. I'm all of those things. But there has to become, what I've learned is boundaries. Yeah. And what you have to be really mindful of is, if you allow people to push them boundaries, they will push them, and then that's where this like toxic environment can come in. So if you're strong with your boundaries and you're saying, well, but then what, I'm sorry, you've crossed this many boundaries, I've only allowed so many, we've sat down, we've talked about it, I'm sorry,
give them the benefit of the doubt.
It's time for you to go. You will I'm sorry, but you don't fit with us, and we don't fit with you. If this is how you value us, then maybe it's time for you to move on, and vice versa. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, are you? So, but I think we talked
certainly
about that. Certainly not. We did touch on that in different episodes, but I suppose it's nice for me now because I feel like I've got a bit more freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Because I'm not tied to a club anymore. So I can talk about my experiences more openly because it's not a reflection of any club, because I'm not involved with any club. But I do have a lot of expertise of being in the industry for a really long time. A really, really long time. I know, Theo. This is why I've got grey hair. But yeah, I mean, if there are any questions like for the new year that people want to ask, if I don't know, we can always ask.
Yeah, we can always find out.
We can always find out and get asked more experts. But I think being in the industry for a long time and seeing how it's changed and running a business, running a CIC, a limited company, a community interest company, starting off as a constitution where we was just really small when there were just 9 of us. We've evolved and we've done all of those things to evolve it. So
it's got to a point now you can give back, and that's ties in beautiful with Christmas, because it's all about giving. Christmas is a time for giving. So I think getting your business to a point where you're in a financial position to give back to your athletes, your coaches, your parents committees is a nice situation to be in. And not rolling in with nice set of new nashers.
And if you want to, then that's absolutely fine.
If you want
as well.
to, you can do that.
Yeah. But I think that goes back to what you were saying about people who set up clubs.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily come from that business perspective.
No, I literally had no idea.
If you are aiming to sustain a club, you have to look at the finances. You have to look at a business plan. You have to be realistic about those things, because as much as you can be passionate, it's stressful without good plans or your goals and your ethos, you know, or you like having a not manifestation. Is it
a motto?
No, it's
a mantra.
No,
isn't that a fish?
Manifesto.
Yeah,
a manifesto. And like manifestation, spiritual things coming in. No, a manifesto. If you think about what your aims and objectives are, like what you want your club, what are your values?
Yeah.
How do you want that club to be? Are you going to be really highly competitive? Are you going to be a friendly club? Are you going to be a community club? Get that right. Get your fundamentals right, and then grow from there. Yeah. And I think you're on a winner. Planning is everything.
Honestly, I have no time to plan, so I'm like, help. Yeah. But I've got, behind every strong man is a powerful group of women or woman. And in my lifestyle, there's been a lot of powerful women behind me. Yourself, my mum, my sister, my committee, the women in the parents committee. Yeah. My partner is practically a woman. We're gay.
Never.
Stop. Dun, dun, dun. You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my mother.
Controversial corner. You're gay.
Stop. Are you? I thought
no. People keep asking me this recently.
It's because you're hanging out with a gay.
It is, and I had a rainbow on my denim top the other day and he called me gay. I'm not gay.
It's all right. It's okay if you are,
I'm
Jane.
Happy.
Oh, you're happy. It's Christmas. It's time to be happy.
I am gay because I've got gayness in me for Christmas.
Gay.
No, you'll have to edit that. Keep it.
No, keep that in. It is PG. I'll go straight over. Oh, you can't help being who you are, Jane, love.
Oh, well, that's it. No, I can't. I think I'm a singleton man. I'm a proper Bridget Jones. I am that Bridget Jones now, where people go for dinner parties with the
Bridget
family.
Jones, what's your favourite Christmas movie?
It has to be The Wonderful Life, the black and white Wonderful Life. I watch it with my dad every year. It's like a ritual. I was just about to say something. No, I do love The Wonderful Life. It's like, it's nostalgic, and with my dad, I took him to the pictures, you know, that secret, the secret cinema. Right. Okay. Oh my God, it was incredible. It's gone now. I'm so disappointed. But I took him there when he was a bit more able, and now his knees are not what they used to be. Bless him. So this Christmas Eve, it's a tradition, I'm always with my dad on Christmas Eve, and we're having a little dinner out, and then it's coming back to mine, and we'll have a little drinky poo, and we'll sit down and we'll watch It's a Wonderful Life. So yeah, it's a really special movie for me for that reason.
Okay, that is sweet. Oh, that's really sweet, actually. Mine's is Polar Express.
Yeah,
on the Polar Express. Oh, I love that film.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But there's so many. And
there's so many films.
Can I just say, like, I know when we were kids, there weren't as many when I was a baby, there weren't as many Christmas movies. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't.
Oh, there's loads now. There's
so many
loads.
to choose from. But we used to get like The Wizard of Oz or Mary Poppins and everything else. And I loved Mary Poppins. However, I watched Mary Poppins Return this weekend.
The new one.
It's incredible.
First time you've seen it?
I've never seen it, and I have to be honest. I've got to roll my hands up here. I was being a little bit of a Gen X going, it can't be as good as the original. Do you know what I mean? Who can replace the original? I found myself doing that, growing into that grumpy old lady, that's like,
it's a very
day.
good remake.
But, oh my,
it's good.
I literally, I wanted to, like, chimney brush. I was around the house. I felt so good after watching it. And I think that's another thing about Christmas movies. They've got that feel-good factor, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Scrooge, to be fair. I'm not...
That's my second favourite.
Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it is.
/ Halloween. But anyway, I'm a bit of a Scrooge. I do like Christmas. I like Christmas Day. But I just think it's such a lot of build-up for one day, and then, like you're saying, everybody just goes back to normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've only just put the Christmas tree up. We've literally chucked it up.
Have you?
We just went, because I'm not home this Christmas. It's my first Christmas when I'm away. I've never been away at Christmas. I've got one day off, which is Christmas Day. I've got GB News at Boxing Day morning, so I'm in London for that. So it's literally, like, I've always been a New Year person, because I'm massive believer in, like, you journey to New Year, and then you've got the clock strikes 12, you're in a new year, it's a new day, and then I've always been that kind of way. But so we're away in like a massive cottage with loads of friends and family.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
But yeah, Christmas for me, I'm just like, oh God, it's another Christmas.
But it's nice because you're going to be in Panto, aren't you? You are
so,
in Panto, in Cinderella.
So I was like, yes, I'd rather work over Christmas.
Go and watch him. I'm going watching him.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Christmas is a spectacular time.
To be in the audience and give you grief.
Oh, great.
I cannot wait to be sat there.
He's behind you.
Hey, you wish. Anyway,
somebody chuck the butter out.
Somebody goose fat. Bit roasted. Can't beat a bit of goose fat for do your roast potatoes with. But that's interesting that you said that about New Year.
Yeah.
Because I don't like New Year.
Do you not?
No, I don't. And I don't celebrate.
Opposite. We're opposite then. You're Christmas, I'm
and this
New
is
Year.
What's beautiful about us, the diversity between us.
Tick, tick, tick.
My New Year is actually the 31st of October. So...
I knew you was a witch.
I know, you see. I am.
I knew it. I just knew it.
Yeah. I think, because New Year's Day for me, like, it's full of these affirmations. I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And people set themselves up for failure so much. I've done it myself for years. Like, this is why I don't have it.
But you don't need New Year's to do that.
You don't need New Year's to do that.
I just reflect on what I've done and then see where I can get better in the new year.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but a lot of people will go, right, it's 1st of January, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to set myself up for this, and I'm going to set myself up for that. And then I've done it in the past, and you set yourself all these goals, and then you don't achieve them. So then that sort of affects your self-worth. So
and your mental capacity.
I've stopped sort of putting that pressure on myself now. I think that's the beauty of aging, darling, that you don't care anymore.
Well, what's with me, because I don't care what people say. I love being the talk of the town.
Yeah, I used to care a lot.
Why have you gone into this? Yes, darling, I used to care what people used to say about me, but now...
I used to care, and now, darling, I
don't.
I'm the queen now.
Lizzie! Rest in peace, Lizzie, bless her.
But yeah, I do celebrate what I do is on the 31st of October.
You get your cauldron out, you get your black cat, and you get a broomstick.
And I go, I'm defying gravity.
Tell them how I am defying. Thank you.
Make myself green.
No, you just take your mask off. It's like witches. Witches!
Oh, my son used to hate that.
I hated it as a kid.
He cried the first time he watched that.
God. It's when she's peeling him.
He's 33 and he's still traumatised.
It's all right.
He'll go, no, Mum, I can't watch it.
I'll come round and help you, love. We'll sit together.
But That's probably why I've got a witch laugh. No, because I do tend to work with the seasons a little bit. I live my life a little bit through the seasons. I've told you before, I am a bit woo woo. But yeah, I think from October, the season, October, November, December, to January, I think that's a time to be quite reflective on your year. And yes, start planning for your future. So it's a bit like, I see it as planting a seed around this time.
You do that time of year because...
because I think it's going into the ground. I plant the seed, and then as we go throughout the year, I check in and I see where I am. And then hopefully by August time, it's flourished, and then I'm back to that reflective thing to see what worked, what didn't work, what went well, what didn't went well, or what horrible things have happened in your life, like, because things do, don't they?
Yeah, people do.
Yeah, people happen, life happens to you, you know. So yeah, I think it's really important. And again, Christmas time, really interesting. You said before, like having all your family round and gathering. When my kids were younger, I had tables of 22. I'd be a stressed out mum. I'd be like, oh my God, I've got to get the present. I remember trying to get a Stretch Armstrong for Reese. And I was all over the shops, like looking for this Stretch Armstrong. Managed to find it somewhere like 40 miles away to go and get it. Like you do. And this is what parents are like. We're running around and you're getting everything and you're making that magic happen for that one day. Poor mum is frazzled by, Boxing Day. You're just like in a corner going, oh my God, it's over, thank God.
Where's mum asleep with 5 bottles of wine round her? No idea.
Yeah, that was me with the lights flickering and I'm
Big blanket just on the chest. Like, is she okay? Is she alive? Just poke her.
Absolutely. But I used to have like you say, it was a really, really full Christmas. And I remember being in the thick of it thinking, oh my God, this is stressful, this is it. And now it's like the complete opposite. This Christmas morning, like the past 3 years, I've woke up to just myself and I'm going to my children's house or whatever. But there's how many people on this Christmas morning are waking up on their own with actually nobody to go out to for Christmas dinner.
Well, you're always welcome at our house anytime.
I'm not saying that because I'm not
caring the community. But I am saying, being genuine, you are always welcome.
I know that,
at
and
ours.
I've got so many lovely people that have invited me. But I've got my children. Like I went to Vanessa's last year. I'm going to Reese this year. I was invited to my nieces. I have got lots of family that will invite me to these lovely places, and I'm well loved. But I was more thinking about the people that have maybe exactly lost people. And they are actually on their own on Christmas Day. And this is where I think this giving back is really important, and it's about thinking about and about our community as well, and being aware that people are out there, and whilst we're all up there, and I think living on my own has made a massive impact on me being more mindful about what we can do to help other people, because there will be a time where, we do grow old, unfortunately. I know you're all thinking that everybody's in a, but with the job that I do being a celebrant as well, it just makes you more aware that
life can be gone.
Life can just spin on a halfpenny and it's done. And I think we need to be mindful, like you say, throughout the year, which is going to take us into. That's a nice little lead. It didn't meant to happen, but
it will. Natural.
It was just so natural. But this is going to take us into what is coming in the new year.
Yes.
Which
so we are actually
excited about.
We're keeping Cheer Up the podcast. Obviously, we're going to end the season on this one. But next season 2. Sounds weird. Sound like we've got our own sitcom. Season 2. We're going to be moving a bit away from cheerleading. We're going to obviously talk about cheer and dance. It's why we do it. But also,
we're having a little segment.
We're going to utilise the name Cheer Up, aren't we?
Yes.
And we're going to cheer people up. So you're going to catch us on TikTok, going into the streets, giving out, I don't know, random stuff, roses, chatting to people, meeting new people. I always smile at people anyway, because it's a random act of kindness and you never know what that person's going through.
So what we wanted to do, we've been talking about this for a while, haven't we? Because we called it like, this has been dead organic. We just decided that like, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And we've been really lucky that like ICE have sponsored us and Magoo Studios have sponsored us today for the Christmas special.
And we've got nearly 27,000 views on Spotify.
Have we?
Well, it's probably gone up now. It's probably like 28.
That's amazing.
28,000 views.
And we did.
Reach.
We started this because we wanted to bring more positivity, didn't we, into the cheer industry, which that we definitely still want to do. And we want to talk about the cheer and dance industry because
and the controversial stuff.
And the controversial stuff as well that, you know, people don't want to talk about. And we want to hear from you. We will speak on your behalf and bring topics up like we have done, which can be a little gripes for people. And we still want to do that. However, we've been chatting about it, weren't we? When I was like, I've been saying, we need to do something like to cheer people up because everyone's.
I think we had a realisation moment when we had a press event at Manchester. So
we did.
Manchester Lowry doesn't have a pantomime this year. They have a show called Come From Away. A little backstory on Come From Away. So Come From Away is about a town called Gander, Newfoundland in Canada. And it's where... So when 9/11 happened and all the planes that were still in the sky in circulation, they had to ground them somewhere. And Newfoundland had they have an airport, but it was an ex-army base.
Yeah.
So they had enough to ground 38 planes in this airport. And the people of this town welcomed these people on the plane, not knowing where they've come from, what country, not caring about anything, shape, size, gender, sexual, whoever they were, they welcomed them into their town, into their home, into their schools, and looked after them for approximately 5 days.
5 days,
5 days, and this random act of kindness that these random people did for these other people went worldwide. And it's been made into a musical about the story Come From Away, and they call you a Come From Away, and
moving. It's if you do get chance to go and watch it, and this we've not been paid to say this or anything, but if you actually get chance, because it was a press event, and we've done quite a few, haven't we, this year, and it's been amazing. He does take me out on these press events, which I love.
Release.
However, this one was so moving, and it really resonated with myself.
We're sat sobbing. I've seen. It's the second time I've seen it.
Literally, both of us were sat down. We both looked at one another when we were both crying. Because it is so moving, and it's about people with these acts of kindness. And what was really gorgeous, we was really privileged for this. It was the press night. And after the production had finished, all the original people came out onto the stage. The mayor.
So sweet. He was literally basically stood on stage, and he was like, "Can we fill? How nice it would be to fill this theatre with people from
the world leaders,
and actually watch this musical and kind of talk about kindness and have kindness in the world." And it was just it was so moving. We were all sobbing. It was out of something so dark. Obviously, 9/11 was a very dark time for America.
Terrible.
And some people that
worldwide.
It affected the world, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was worldwide.
And these actual genuine people just helped these people, and we were just sat back in our chair like, wow. And his story, so he met a girl on a train on the way to the theatre or something, and this girl offered him his seat, and he was like, no, and she was like insistent of, no, take a seat, and then they got gabbing all the way, chatting all the way to their journey, and she was like, I don't want to get off the train, you're nice to talk to. And he was like, well, have 2 tickets and come see the show and come meet the other people. And he give her
the VIP pass, give her a ticket. She was there from Liverpool
to watch the show. And I thought that was just one person saying, take my seat. Just like that. And they just get talking. Kindness goes a long way, and it's free.
It is. And I think that's tied in nicely, didn't it? Because we've been having this conversation. I'm like, Theo, we need to do something that's like about cheer up. Let's cheer people up. Let's do something, because it ties in with what I do with Academy HQ, which is giving back to the community, which is it's just a value that I have, that I do want to serve other people. And this lit me up. This musical lit me up. My little entrepreneurial brain was going like, what can I do? How can I get involved? I need to get involved in this, paying it forward. I want to get involved. So we talked to quite a lot of people, didn't we? And we got one of the people that was on this plane has set up a charity that is called Pay It Forward. And on September the 11th every year, it gives $100 to people to go out and give $100 to people to go and do an act of kindness or do something, a random act of kindness. So I managed to track the girl down who did this, and I think what we're going to want to do is to tie this in with Cheer Up the podcast, and we want to do something which is like a pay it forward. So if you are a trip to New York, but on a serious note, if you are a business or you are any person that wants to think about
helping others,
help us to help others. Maybe you want to donate a hamper, maybe you want to donate something. We will go out in the streets and we'll go and do it. And if not, we'll be doing something ourselves. But we want to make this as big as we possibly can. And it will feature more on our TikToks and then hopefully on YouTube Shorts, because we hopefully want to go out to like cheer gyms as well, don't we, next year? So there's going to be a segment of us travelling out.
Gym tours.
Yeah, gym tours. Like we want to come out and see what you're doing and see all the positive stuff that you're doing, what your camaraderie is in the gym, and see like the positivity, what's going on in the cheer and dance world. So we want to bring that into the podcast. And then we also want to bring Cheer Up a little. So we've still got our controversial corner, but we've got a little new segment which is going to be about Cheer Up, which if you follow us on TikTok, we do have a little bit of a laugh. We are getting better at it, because we always like, we should have done that one, or we should have done that one. But we're getting more, we're planning, because like I say, it's a totally organic thing, isn't it?
We never know what we're going to say. We literally just, even when we've got guests on, we're like, whoa, we're just thinking some questions right here, right now.
So we thought, what better way to introduce it than on a Christmas special when everybody is mindful about giving something back, but we are going to be mindful about doing that for the next 365 days of the year. Not every day, mind you. We can all, if we all think, because like you say, it doesn't cost anything if we do 365 days, whether that's offering somebody a smile on the street or, you know, some acts are going to be bigger than others, but if we're mindful about what we can do, and we are here to cheer you up.
Yeah, for sure.
The
world needs it, honestly, with the cost of living crisis and everything that's going on, and the negative
on
world.
On that note, I know what cheers you up.
What?
So just unravel the handkerchief.
Food.
Yay! Mince pies!
I do love a mince pie.
And Mr. Magoo, come and get a...
This is Mr. Magoo.
This is the people behind the scenes. Come and get a mince pie. Oh, well, this chocolate, you can come and get a chocolate. So, yeah. So, that's going to be...
We're hoping for a white Christmas this year.
We are hoping for
a white Christmas.
Do you want a white Christmas, viewers? Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to go and play?
Just couple of mince pies.
So yeah, I think, could you imagine, like, if it does snow, build your own cheerleading a chairperson snowman, and then send pictures in.
With pom-poms.
With pom-poms. Snowman with pom-poms. God, we can waffle.
I know. Well, I've got mince pies in my teeth. That sums up our Christmas special, sponsored by Magoo. Thank you, Magoo, for sponsoring this episode. It's just, I'm sorry, I've got mince pie.
Well, over to me then, because he's chewing his mince pie. We wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. We hope that you can share it with your loved ones. Be kind to people, as we've said. Be mindful about your loved ones and just spread a little happiness. And have a beautiful Christmas. And we'll see you in
the new year.
Yeah.
Remember to follow us on social media, Cheer Up the Podcast. You can listen in on Spotify, YouTube, all of that. And shall we say Merry Christmas together?
Yeah.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas.